What is good, guys? It is Reed and welcome back to another video. Today we got Give Me a Breakdown episode 8, I believe. Yeah, episode 8, which is going to be of me breaking down part 2 of We Called the Complete Stranger and This Happened. This is a street magic video that I filmed downtown in Ottawa, Canada. Now, this video is jam-packed with a ton of great information. You see a performance of my go-to opener, you see a performance of Unshuffling the Colors, Triumph, two amazing effects that I go to all the time, and at the end you see one of my favorite mentalism effects of all time and how I handle that in the real world. I talk about dealing with people who are a bit difficult, I talk about how to make your Triumph better and really hit, I talk about how to deal with some of the hardships that you might have while performing street magic, you know, with a drunk crowd or when trying to do mentalism for these people. So, great video. I highly recommend you watch it all because it is jam-packed with some great knowledge. I'm also just about to sit down to film a Q&A video, so if you'd like to sneak in any last questions, please drop them in the comments. As always, if you guys would like to check out a private lesson, you can at the link below. I am offering some great 3 and 5 lesson deals right now where you can save some money. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like, drop a comment, and I hope you guys enjoy. This was a great group. This was like a mix of a bunch of different people who just kind of stopped while I was performing. This guy right here, I think he's a chef at one of the restaurants nearby. He was a great guy, great energy, he was funny, great to have on video, great reactions, and just his group was great. So I think I'm about to do Unshuffling the Colors. Triumph and this are my go-tos, my openers, my every time, anywhere, all the time impromptu effects, right? Yeah, let's just get into it.
He's more than David Blaine.
Oh, yeah, that's a tall task.
Alright, I'll show you something cool.
That's $5.
You want to take those?
Sure, I'll take it.
Alright, mix them up. You guys want to mix them? Getting everyone involved again?
YouTube thing? YouTube?
Yeah. Here, you guys want to mix them up?
Let me mix them shit up. I don't want to...
Like even that one guy in the blue shirt in the back, he's just some random guy walking down the street and just saw and just stopped and started watching. Perfect. Send me them when you're done, when you're happy. I need someone to pick a card. You have a good memory?
Most days, yes.
All right, well, we'll show other people. Okay, so call stop whenever you'd like. Right there, you sure? Remember that card. So that is called Everybody's Peak by Kyosta Kimlat. So I actually do already know what the card is. If you watch it on video, you can probably tell what I'm doing. I think I've taught it here on the channel. I'll link it. I think it's called Two Peaks You Probably Never Heard of or something was the video. But it's my favorite peak. I use it absolutely all the time. No, don't tell me. We gotta do it again. All right. All right. Say stop. Stop. Right there. Remember that card?
Yes, sir.
Camera. Where's camera? So quick, flies by, and then you can see I can just close the deck and hand it out right away. Super clean feeling. My head's turned the whole time, right?
Double check that. Yes, go ahead.
All right, everyone remember, someone shuffle that up for me. I don't want to know. That's fair, right? I didn't even look. It's shuffled up. So I'm going to try. I'm going to try to read all of you guys, okay? Huh?
Can I look at them?
Sure, if you want. See, people ask for something, just let them do it. You know, let them shuffle again. Let them, figure your way out if it really matters, and you don't want to be caught saying no, though, right? If you were in like a full stack and you'd already done false shuffles and you want to try to say, well, you saw me shuffle them, it's already shuffled. You could try that, but if they keep giving you pushback, just let them shuffle and do something else.
Okay.
Keep a poker face. So what I'm going to do when he's done doing the shuffling, whatever he's doing.
Are those cards rigged? No, I'm kidding.
No, you can check them out.
No, I'm good.
That's another thing we get all the time, right? Or I get all the time. Are those cards rigged? Are they special? Give them the deck immediately. Let them say, give them the opportunity. Just me instantly following up with, no, go ahead, go look at them. Even if it was a full setup deck, I probably would still say that, because 90% of the time, if you come back confident and instantly with that answer, they'll believe you, right? You didn't, hesitate or try to think of a lie or something. So it comes across very, very genuine, which it is in this case, but. Hey, bro, we don't have all day. Let's go. All right. See, I'm just trying to keep pace on the performance, not have anything go too long, drag out, get too boring, and it's simple. I just told them, all right, man, let's go. We got some magic to do, right? Take it out, did you?
No.
Sure?
I swear to God.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through the cards, and you guys, you're gonna just look for it, okay? But I don't want you to say anything. I don't want you to give anything away, but I'm gonna try to read you guys, okay?
Yeah,
so I'll start with you.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what I love about this is similar to the Triumph. I'm gonna be utilizing a move that is a lot difficult in a lot of cases for a lot of people, especially with the amount of cards that I have to do it to. And the premise here is I'm going to try to read them. So I need them all to take turns looking at the card and trying to keep a poker face. So they're completely focused on the cards, which you might think, hey, if you're trying to execute this, you don't really want them looking at your hands, but they're looking at the cards. They're not looking at my hands, right? They can't see what's going on underneath to make sure I execute this properly, and there's no heat on me, right? Because I can take as long as I want, right? They're focused on looking for their cards, so it's perfect.
I don't think it's any of those. None of those. Look at me.
Them look me in the eye, just so their vision, you know, is going to different spots and not focused on the cards the whole time, and takes everyone else's eyes off the cards. You know, it's just great to break up the rhythm of things.
How about when I need to look at this guy?
Another way to break up rhythm is to switch people. Go to someone else, you know, ask them, ask a question, right?
Hopefully, we've seen it soon. There's only a few cards left.
Yep, sure thing.
I just gotta go through them all. Okay, you guys are tough to read. I won't even lie. You're tough to read, but
Play a lot of them.
They, like, I don't say that line to every group I perform this to.
All in.
But here's the thing. I have a backup.
Here's where I get fooled. Okay.
All I know
Yes,
is
sir.
it's one of
You knew.
26 cards. But that's not good enough. You want me to know the card. So watch. I have a move that I do. It's called the unshuffle. It happens really quick. Watch. Do this at your poker game. You'll blow people away. Watch. Just like that. Take those. It unshuffles all of the red cards and all of the black cards. Look. Look.
Oh, what the? That's some devil shit.
Look. Show them all the cards.
Bro, how is that? Yo, how is that even possible? Now you know me. That's a big exchange.
You hold on to these. Just hold them tight. You hold those tight in your hand.
I'm dead. I'm
right.
dead already. I'm already convinced.
Look, so that went over well, you know, good. It was pretty impressive, but I knew I needed to get this guy. I could feel his energy. He's got that commanding presence that if he loses his mind, so is everyone else, and that's what I want, right? So I know I need to make the magic happen in his hands for this final phase to really make it hit. So I just hand him the deck, and the work's already done. We get right to it.
I don't know your card, I'll be honest. All I know is it's a black one. That's all I was able to get. If you say the name of it, I won't touch the cards. I'll do something more amazing.
You want me to tell you what the
What's the name?
7 o'clock.
I like that moment where I say, just tell me the name, because it kind of lets them down in a way. They're like, oh, man, he's not going to get it. But it also strengthens the next part, because now they actually think I don't know what their card is, right? So it lets them down, you know, kind of brings the expectations down so that it even hits harder when it does happen, and when it does, it's about to happen, and it also makes the backtracking make even less sense.
Spades, watch. Do you see it?
I'm on a 10-hour shift. You do whatever. I don't. Because at the end of the day, like, it's him editing. Bro.
7 of spades, the one black card that jumped across.
I thought it was a fallacy, bro. You know, on the TV watching whatever, and I just bullshit. I'm convinced this man knows his shit.
Appreciate
A lot of respect. What the fuck, bro?
So I believe here we have a triumph once again. Again, I love this effect. You're going to see it play on a table, I believe, here. So it's a little bit different and very unique in the street magic setting.
All right, this time we're gonna do a special shuffle. Okay, guys? Special. So you flip them face up and face down. Make them as crazy, as a mess as you want. Flip them all different ways, so you end up with cards all like that. All right?
So like I said, whenever I have a table, I take advantage. I put the cards. We're going to make a big pile, a big mess on the table, because that's a really great lasting image in their head for triumph. And like I mentioned, super important to burn that image of the cards being shuffled face up and face down as many times as you can, and burn it as deep into their mind so that when the ending comes, it hits even harder.
Just throw them in?
Throw them in when you're happy. What I want you
got a
guys to
big
remember is this, okay?
If you have a big mess, if you have that table, spread them out. You know, let them see it, let them remember it, and emphasize that you want them to remember this moment.
I didn't see this. It's chaos, right? You guys, the great thing is you guys got to feel the chaos, right? You made it happen, all right? Remember that, like, sort of chaos that you see, guys, okay? Everyone, you see the face up.
So as I mentioned, with my triumph, I go through and I do it in 3 phases where I'm sorting the deck, you could say. And this first one is just another moment where I'm overemphasizing the mix of the cards, and it's so important, like I said, to get them to really feel and see that. And so I'm just going through again and actually doing some work here, and then you're going to see me close the deck and go in and do and open and do it a second time. So in my first performance breakdown, I do talk about this in a bit more detail. You can go check out that from the first part of this video, part 1. I talk more about how I can open the deck, close it, and then instantly get back to where I need to be without showing them that the first half of the deck has already been sorted, because I do it in phases. I sort the first bit, then I close the deck to break it up, give a pause, take some heat off, and then make it easier. I don't have to cull all, a ton of cards in this hand, because I cull a few, and then I set them to the bottom, then I continue. But I can't spread like this in any direction, face down or face up, because either way they'll see all the cards are starting to sort themselves. So you have to use a technique to hide that from them when you're transitioning in between each third that you cull at a time, right? And it makes it much easier for you and makes the culling much more attainable for a Triumph. This is again my version of Triumph. I call it the open cull Triumph. Haven't taught this anywhere yet, but definitely considering it.
Down cards, it's a total mess and all that. So I need someone to pick a card now, of course. Is there any set? Yeah, sure. So here's the rule.
And we're right back into it, and they are none the wiser that about a third of the deck has already been sorted right now.
You can only pick. No, I'm kidding. You can pick whatever card you want. Face up, face down, any one you want. The face up 9?
Yeah.
Okay. So take the marker. I want you to sign it.
Close it again.
Okay. Sign it.
Yeah, now while he's signing it, I'm setting up the fan display. Most of the deck is already sorted, but with this technique, using a fan, I can actually do a fan that looks completely chaotic when pretty much the whole deck is already sorted. So it will not look like this at all. I'm using the distraction of him signing the card to set that up really quick.
Oh, that's good.
All right.
Let's see.
This is the 9. So here's the thing. Amongst the chaos...
So I'm trying to pause it on that fan so you can see how chaotic it looks, but they're all looking right at it, and it looks really, really great, like a great convincing display, even though most of the deck's already done.
I put this card in, it's hard to find.
You can see it there a little bit, bunch of face up and face down, as so it appears, but I probably only have about 3 cards left to cull to fix the whole deck.
If I leave it here, the only reason we know where it is because I've left it sticking out. Right, so now, if we look down on the table and we look through all the face ups like this and the face downs like this, all the craziness that you guys created, you guys remember doing all this, right?
Yeah.
But then there's this card that's sticking out, and the only reason we see it is because
So in that I've just sorted it. I think there was a little error I made. Sometimes a card gets held behind, and that's why it took me a few seconds longer to sort it, and I had to fill it in with a bit more patter. But again, if you listen to what I was saying, it was pretty much nonsense. I was like, oh, you remember, you put it in. Again, you could only see it. I was repeating myself. But in the performance context, they won't even remember what I'm saying, right? So it just, sitting there in silence makes it awkward, makes it feel like you're doing something. But doing it in this way, me just filling it in, let's listen to what I say. It's probably nonsense, but it just buys me that extra few seconds.
remember doing all this, right?
Yeah.
But then there's this card that's sticking out, and the only reason we see it is because I left it sticking out. But now, amongst all the chaos, the face up and the face down, it's lost because it's pushed in now, and we don't know exactly where. But here's the deal. Your card might be face up like these ones, or it might be face down like these ones, right? We don't know. But I need someone.
So that's kind of the half pass motion that I use. So I've talked about that in detail, how I've kind of changed it now, where I go, your card might be like this, or it might be like this, and then I just place the deck back on, instead of what I used to do was kind of this grand flip motion, which drew a bit too much attention for me. So now it's kind of, you could have picked this one, you could have picked this one, and I set it on top. And I've done a half pass actually in that motion. And basically what's happening is, so I have the cards face to face, and I need to flip this over. So I say, your card could have been face down like this one. I rotate the wrists, or face down like this one. And then on this, with this face up packet, I do like a Stuart Gordon double, where I slide the thumb along the face, and then all the packets are aligned, and I just drop it on top.
It's feeling magical.
Kieran's always mad. Kieran's
Put
always
your hands on it like that. And I want you
So
to...
again, up until this moment, I have not said a thing about what is about to happen with this Triumph, okay? I have not given them any little bit of information, and that's super important. This is the first moment the idea of the cards fixing themselves enters their head, and now not only is that important for making them not look for any method or not even be able to backtrack anything because they never knew what to look for or what was supposed to come. But now it makes this moment, especially when there's all those callbacks, to me, reminding them to remember the chaos, remember how this looks, remember this moment. Now they're going to think back to all of those little moments, even subconsciously, and it's going to make them convinced that this deck is fully mixed. And when I start bringing up the idea of it fixing itself, there's no way they could fathom it. There's no way it could be possible. So it makes the magic incredibly impressive.
Imagine now that every card that you guys mixed up in all those ways starts to flip, all into the correct orientation except for one. Okay, except for one.
No way.
Do you feel like it's done, or you need a little more time?
I need a bit more time.
Okay, whatever you need to do, I'll let you.
Okay, really.
I love asking that when someone wants to play it up. It's great, it's funny, and it plays really nice.
Come on, Kieran, make those cards.
You're good? All right, watch. Nothing funny here, guys. Let's take a look. And just like that, every single card has fixed itself, and hopefully there's one card that's facing.
I was sweating a little bit because the card got hidden and was all the way at the end, and I didn't see it. I thought I might have made a mistake, but you can see how they're already freaking out. They already know what's coming.
Bro, what?
Do you remember what your card was? The 9 of spades, right? And you signed it. Take a look. Take a look.
Bro. My
Holy
head's
shit.
hurting. My head is hurting.
Super weird. You can keep that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good luck. We gotta keep that for tomorrow. Good luck.
You can see the shirt here, the Show Me a Trick tee with Asked to See a Magic Trick on the back. Talked about this again in part 1. There's a 3-phase routine built entirely into that shirt. It's a very funny opening, kind of lighthearted, mostly gag routine, but there can be an amazing finish to the routine if you choose to go that way. That's truly incredible, but it's mostly a gag routine and it's super fun. And having Asked to See a Magic Trick on the back of your shirt, especially when you're going out to perform, the best decision I've ever made. I always wear that shirt. I have people coming up to me so much less. I have no problem breaking the ice and approaching people, but if you do, this is absolutely amazing. You can check these out on my website, link in the description. So this is my performance of Diverter by Mark Kirstein. This is a fantastic app. I would highly recommend it. I believe it is iOS only. I won't get into too much exactly how it works or what's going on, but it is incredible. There is something about it that is a little bit more difficult to have ready at all times. If you have it, you probably know what I mean, but I was ready for tonight so I could do this a bunch of times. This was the first time I was actually performing Diverter because it had just came out, and I did it I think 5 times in this night to 5 different groups, and it played absolutely amazing. I did several different performances. I have a ton of new ideas too that I've still untapped, haven't had a chance to try out yet. I did it to a bunch of different groups and tried performing in different ways and learned a bunch of stuff about how I would do it differently last time. This one went really well though. I really like how it played, and this is one of my favorite effects to do with Diverter, so let's check it out.
Like let's go male name, like a dude's name. Everyone think of a name, dude's name. You got one? Okay, whose do you want to go with? Whose name? You guys good with his name or? Here's a crazy thing. I don't normally.
So there was a little bit of a cut there just to protect the method a little bit, right? Of course, I want to protect how Mark's trick works, and also like for video, again, this is made for video. I know it will look good on video. If any of these guys watch back this video, they won't even remember that something was cut. It's very minor, and they wouldn't even remember it because the effect they experience is exactly what you're seeing in this video, and that's exactly how they'll remember it. So they wouldn't even remember that something was removed, but it's very minor. And it's mostly just to respect the creator and for protection of the method, and it's not something you'd want to watch back over and over and over and over. You probably could, but it just looks much better on video this way.
This? Well, you guys have been super cool, so I want to try something insane. Yeah, let's try it. All right. I'm gonna go to my phone. We're in Ottawa, right? 613. Name a number. One number. 7. 1. 8. 4. Can you name a number?
7.
7? Need more numbers? Yeah, let's go back. 3. One more. Be a big, this is a careful choice, bro. This is down to 10. Give me a number, 1 to 10. Alright.
So we've just created a phone number completely random with all of them choosing. You see they even picked a random person off the street to name the last number, the most important number. It's a great little subtlety, kind of hyping up that last number. By the way, I think it really adds some power to that last decision. I did beep it out because I don't want anyone calling this number, calling this person and disturbing them, but let's see how it goes.
So this is a number. You guys made that number.
Yeah.
Should we call it?
Call it. Yeah. Do it.
Shall we? Let me see if it's ringing. Put on speaker.
Remember here, they're thinking of a name. They haven't said it out loud. Even with that little cut, they never told me, never said it out loud at all.
Hopefully it rings. Let's see. Who are we speaking to?
It was so loud here, the mic did not stand a chance of picking up anything, so I was able to boost it when I was editing and hear and kind of remember using my memory what he kind of said so I could add the captions, but...
Okay, this is gonna be super weird, but I'm a magician right now. I'm downtown, I'm with some people. Say hi, guys, say hi. Say hi. Do you mind helping us out for like 30 seconds, bro? Yeah, magic tricks, bro. Do you mind? Can you help us? Are you busy? It'll take 2 seconds. Okay, I just want you to, should we ask him?
Yeah, what's your first name?
Okay, what's just your first name, bro? What's your first name? Hey, no, shit. Okay, yo, thanks, Corey, bro. I appreciate it. That's insane. That's cool. Have a good one, man. What's up?
Poor Corey, man. I'm sure we ruined his night. It was pretty late, but that's just crazy. So the name that they were thinking of was Corey and called around a number and it was Corey.
What's up, bro?
rslights.com. Go get all your private lessons needs, all your merch needs. All right, that is it for Give Me a Breakdown episode 8. I hope you guys loved that video. So much great information. A lot of very insightful info about the Triumph and my opener on shuffling the colors and just dealing with street magic in general and how to be a better performer. And as you see with Diverter, such an incredible effect. So hope you guys liked this video. If you'd like to see more like this, all I ask is that you drop a like, drop a comment. So like I said, if you guys would like to have any of your questions featured in the Q&A video, please drop them in the comments. If you'd like to check out any private lessons, you can, as always, at my website. So with all that said, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all the new subscribers and all the old ones. And with all that said, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.